and Jerry. Don't worry, it's only an hour long, and most days it doesn't
All right, here we go.
suck.
It is 5:02, soon to be 5:03 and 5:04. You know how that goes. The Eddie Schizzeri, not so ugly. Handsome. And across from me, he is handsome, too. His name is Al Brandon Dukes. What's up, man?
Good morning, Jerry Recco. What an exciting... Now, listen, we probably didn't see it.
No, we didn't see it.
What an exciting Mets-San Francisco Giants ball game.
If you live in the Bay Area, or if you were Evan Roberts or Sal Licata, who were up until God knows when, tremendous finish.
Tremendous
Not
finish.
if you're a Met fan.
No, I mean, listen, the Mets lost 13-12.
Yeah, but when you come back from 8-2 down and take a 3-run lead in the 8th, you got to win the game.
But listen, I would love to be at a game where 25 runs are scored.
Oh, this is right up your alley,
Jerry.
100%. I agree.
This is my kind of ball game.
Yes, it is.
Now, I don't know what time this game officially ended, but
I'm actually. It's funny. I'm checking.
I'll
that
tell you
right
this:
now.
when I got up at 2 and started going through some sports news, there was no story written yet in like the New York Post about it.
Yeah.
So that happened very late, Jerry.
So this game last night that started at 9:45 went 4 hours. So it ended around 3 hours and 55 minutes.
All right.
So around 1:40 it ended.
Okay. Yeah, so if you have the MLB app, I would urge you to go watch the condensed game.
Yeah.
9 minutes long. You got almost everything in there. It's just nice to see that when the Mets are losing big, they're hustling, Jerry, for infield singles.
Yeah.
They're getting things done. They're not quitting.
They're playing the game the right way.
Yes. They call that buckball. That's what people say. Do you think that people will say that is because Buck Showalter's the manager?
I think that's, of course.
You think so?
I do. It's kind of what I asked Boomer yesterday. You can have a young manager, I think, if you've got a very young team. So let's say you have a 40-year-old manager and most of your guys are 23. That's fine. They can still look up to him. He's still an older guy in the clubhouse. When you have a veteran team and you've got a first-time manager who's 38, 39, I don't know if they're even listening to him. You get a guy now, it's kind of like you and the airline pilot. You get a guy that comes in that's got a track record, a resume. I know he hasn't won a World Series, but he has won everywhere he's gone and has turned franchises into legit playoff teams everywhere. He comes in with some clout, and all of a sudden, everyone's looking to Buck. Like, if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, that guy's going to rule with an iron fist. I think it matters.
I would let Buck Showalter pilot a plane I was on.
He'd be, again, right up your alley.
White hair,
Yep.
Seen some things.
Been around the block. He's not 90, but he's not 28.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand.
So this guy's going to be the pilot? I'm in.
You feel good about it.
And even if I hit turbulence, know what I'd be like? The guy up front's got it.
Depends on how bad the turbulence is.
He's got white hair.
Yeah.
Seen some things. Been through turbulence before.
He
knows what it's all about.
He's been around the block. The problem with the Mets last night was their bullpen. Well, and Chris Bassett.
Right.
He was terrible.
Right. The Mets pitching, not good.
No. I think the only one that actually did anything last night was Adam Ottavino when he got one out.
Oh, that was a good job by him getting the one out.
Pretty much it. I mean, you look at this. Joely Rodriguez doesn't record an out. Drew Smith, terrible. Bassett, terrible. Edwin Diaz, terrible. It was Nagasic was the only one that actually did anything positive on the mound.
So Bassett only goes 4 1/3.
Yes.
Gives up 8 earned runs.
Correct.
8
4
earned
in
runs.
the third innings.
Then I saw...
He had 3 homers.
Who hit 3 homers?
Well, you had Tommy La Stella hit 1 for the Giants, and you also had Jock Peterson hit 3.
Again, a guy hits 3 home runs in a game. This is going on this year, Jerry. It's not even
it's the year of the trio of home runs.
Yeah, it's not even Memorial Day weekend. Remember last year, the year before was the no-hitter?
Yes.
Boom, we were like, no-hitter, no-hit. Now it's just like random dudes hitting 3 home runs a game.
It certainly would seem to be the case. Yes.
Now, Jock Peterson, who did this, who, by the way, had a rough play in the outfield.
Yeah.
Defensively. But I'd walk in the dugout and be like, dude, I hit 3 home runs.
He did his job.
So shut your mouths.
He did his job.
Hit 3 home runs, had 8 RBIs, this Jock Peterson.
Yeah, it's a pretty good day right there.
Said he spoke with Barry Bonds before the game.
Yeah, Bonds told him to shoot up and just hit the ball.
Exactly. I'm going to give
kidding.
you some HGH and steroids, and you just swing for the fences, my friend.
Just kidding. That's good. But that is ironic that he talks to Barry Bonds and then he hits I think he used his bat.
The Bonds bat.
The Bonds bat.
The Bonds corked bat.
He took it out of the suitcase and gave him the Bonds bat.
Jerry, what'd you think of Jock Peterson's performance?
That's pretty good.
He had 3 freaking home runs.
Yeah. Mets had a chance, though. They really did. It's so weird to see like a number like 7 in the inning frame.
Yes. So let's make a quick rundown, because I'm sure people hearing this, they may be just getting in their automobiles, Jerry, to head to work.
Yeah.
And there's no way they stayed up for this game.
I would think many did not. That is
so
true.
The Mets lose 13-12. Edwin Diaz gave up 2 runs in the 9th after getting 2 quick outs, by the way, Jerry. Bump, bump, bump. 2 outs in the 9th.
Yep.
Gave I know you don't like walk-off single to Brandon Crawford.
It's a game winner. We had a game-winning RBI.
Game-winning RBI. The Mets were down around the 5th inning. They were losing 8-2, so they were down 6 runs.
Yes.
But took an 11-8 lead in the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Then that freaking Jock Peterson hit one of his home runs. That ties the game.
But then the Mets come back and score again.
Again. By the way, Mets had 2 triples yesterday.
Yeah, Lindor had a big one.
Lindor had one, and let me think who the other one.
He drove in 6 runs.
Lindor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a nice game.
Yeah, had a couple of hits, a triple, a home run, drove in 6. Now, not as good as Peterson, who had 8 RBIs.
Yeah.
But you have 6 RBIs in a game, you expect to win that game. Kind of like when Aaron Judge hits 2 home runs and Garrett Cole goes 8 innings. If I tell you that before every game, you think they're going 100-0.
Absolutely.
And the Yankees lost that game a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
So it happens.
Yeah, it was an exciting game, but Mike Yastrzemski.
Yep. That's your guy.
He's got a pretty sweet mustache.
That's your guy.
Have you seen his mustache?
Dom Smith also tripled.
Dom Smith, that was it.
Yes.
But and Starling Marte, infield hits. I mean, guys are running balls out.
Yeah.
I know we got Brandon Nimmo loves to run.
Yeah.
He'll even run out a walk.
This is a hustling team.
Yes, that's what I was getting at.
It's a
Jerry,
hustling
exactly.
team.
That is a hustling team.
Now, it didn't. I listened to Sal driving in.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's a hard loss. No question about it. Let's relax. I mean, the callers, doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom. They came back multiple times.
I agree. And it wasn't just him. It was the callers, too. I mean, there was some of the callers like, maybe this will be the point. Maybe the high point of their season was taking that lead in the inning with the 7 runs, and now it's all downhill. Guys, let's just relax. Go win today. You still won the series.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Not only you win today, you won the series, and you had you hung in there. I don't take moral victories in baseball. I do.
It's such a long season.
Because such a long
agree with
season.
you. Now, you can't in September when you're coming down the stretch,
Right.
a game like this, and yes, I know today's game counts as much as it does in
Of course.
September. But when the games are dwindling and you don't have much time to make anything up, a game like this might really hurt you trying to get that postseason berth or to win a division. I agree with you. It's May. Take the positives out of what they did, because 8-2, they could have just said, you know what?
Roll over.
Let's go out. We're good. We're in San Francisco. We'll come finish tomorrow. And they didn't do that.
Right, like when the Giants kept losing last year and the year before and the year before, and I'd hear Giants fans calling and going, I was happy even though we lost. No, you only have 17 games to do that in. It was so fun to watch. I know I watched it in somewhat fast forward mode in the condensed game version, but it was a fun game to watch. Like, you still feel like the innings matter, even get down 2 outs, you still can rally. Gary Cohen was still very excited during the games. It was nice.
Why wouldn't you be?
Why wouldn't you be? I even liked some of the post-game stuff. Buck Showalter seemed to be okay. Not that he was okay with a loss, but that how they kept coming back.
Yep.
Edwin Diaz said he was so confident when he was getting the ball. He was like, oh, game over.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
Not good. They got the first 2 dudes.
Isn't that amazing how that happens?
And then that happened to the Mets, though, the other night when they were down to their last out.
Right. You're right.
And then
here we go.
Yeah.
It's hard getting that last out.
It sure is.
Yeah.
And the Mets even had to face a Kenta Colby-type pitcher last night. Forget his name, but he was throwing submarine. He was submarining it.
There's not many of those guys left.
I think at some point, somewhere along a submariner's career, a coach would go, stop.
Agreed. And I think that's why you probably don't see it so much anymore.
Yeah.
Everything is so at the youth level through high school. Like if you show up to a high school tryout
Yeah.
and you tell the coach you're a pitcher, and you drop down and throw like that, if your first 5 pitches aren't perfect, the coach is going to be like, what are you doing?
I'm some submariner.
Right. So I think it's very hard to work your way through the ranks from a kid through high school into college or the minors. Like, you better be good at it.
I would love to show up to like a 12-year-old little league, and I show up as a 12-year-old just submarine pitching. Those other kids wouldn't know what was going to come, Jerry.
Submarine
pitching.
And a submarine pitcher that can throw a good slider.
Yeah.
So if you drop down for a right-handed batter, the ball's coming right at you.
So you're saying I'm a right-handed pitcher?
You're a right-handed pitcher.
And a right-handed batter.
Right.
I'm submarining it.
It's, to me, the one spot. You know, a lefty curveball to a lefty batter is almost impossible for the lefty to hit off the outside part of the plate. That, to me, is the equivalent. The submarine right-hander throwing a slider to the right-handed batter on the outer edge. It's impossible. Really difficult.
Submariner, Jerry.
Yeah, who is it? Steve Cishek? Is he one of those guys? Pitched for the Marlins for a while?
I think so.
Yeah, and when he's good, he's good. When he's bad, terrible.
I only know Dan Quisenberry, Ken Tekulve. Those are the only two cares.
into-
Those are the only two people who dominated with it.
Trying to keep it into today's
game?
Yeah.
No one's watching those. Good Jerry.
No, you just said that was a great game last night. That's the game you want to watch.
There's always